Hello, everyone, and welcome to Healing Wednesday's Circle of 12. I'm Lee Carroll.
And I'm Monica Muranyi.
And together we bring this program every single week. However, this is our once-a-month free program, and this one is open for everyone to watch, and I want to welcome you, especially if you have never seen us before in this particular venue and doing this.
Yes.
And we have memberships as well. Now, the members, they get a little more. They get this every single week. And those of you who are watching on YouTube especially realize this is once a month. I just want to take a moment to tell the members welcome. And for those of you who are not members, to let you know that membership includes 3 more of these programs than you're getting at the free. And also, you get free replays basically forever. In other words, there's no limit on the number of replays that you can watch if you're a member. And there's also some specials. You get some audios. Perhaps in the future we'll even have some discounts on some of the other things that Monica and I do and some of the shows we have. Easy to subscribe. Just go to cryonmasters.com and it's just right in front of you, just because this is I would say, our flagship show. Now, I say this every time. If it's your first time, I'll say it again. Streaming, it's different. It's different than watching a video on YouTube. And because of the stream, it requires just a little more browser energy and all these things. Just bottom line is this. If it stutters, if it starts and stops, if the sound isn't right, it could be happening from our side, from your side. It doesn't matter. We've designed this to be a good program and easy to watch. But in some parts of the world, there are issues. So here's the instructions. Just turn it off. If you're on YouTube and you're having trouble right now, I will say that within a day or so, the replay will be there for free for you. You can see it again. If you're a member, you know it's going to be in your member portal. So don't be frustrated. Just turn it off and come back and watch the replay in smooth in its entirety. All right. Hi. That's just what I call that is housekeeping. Is when we say the same thing every week.
I'm happy for you to do it, Lee. You do a really good job.
This is our first of the month program. We've got a great guest coming up in just a little bit. I mean, terrific. But I'm not going to talk about that yet. We will in a minute. However, this is the point where we do some questions and answers.
I know. What I love about the Circle of 12 is it's the beautiful community that it has created. So if this is your first time, it's not just welcome to us, but welcome to the community. And it's filled with so many beautiful old souls. And let's get to the questions that these beautiful old souls have been asking us. I've chosen 3 questions that all have a similar theme. So here we have Ulf Roger from Sweden. His question is asking, I've been listening to the Circle of 12 since the beginning, but I feel that I am not progressing at all with any kind of healing to the point of giving up. Any advice? Then we have Shiwaya, or Shiwaya, hope I say your name correctly. She from Texas in the US. How do you keep from being discouraged when you intend to heal and you just keep getting worse and worse? And then finally, in this group of 3 questions, we have Christine from Washington State in the US. Some people report mystical experiences in the Facebook group, and Kryon talks about how different that feeling is on the other side of the mist. This is not occurring for me. I'm starting to feel resistance to coming to the meditations as I'm not able to feel different on the other side of the mist. What advice can you give me? Lee, I think you realise the importance of why I've chosen those 3 questions.
Yes, and thank you for that. We have several things I want to say right away. We tend to group these questions and look for similar questions. So this is an answer to 3 questions. Now, it's 3 different people with actually 3 different experiences, but they're related to basically, why isn't it working? Or why am I not feeling certain kinds of things? In our selections of our questions, not only are we going to group them so you get a lot of answers for a lot of people with one, with one session, but also so I can take the time to answer it succinctly and correctly the best I can. When we set up the Healing Wednesdays, we knew from the outset that there would be some who are healed and are feeling this, and the healing is from lack of peace, and it's all manner of things besides the body. The Healing Wednesday is an experience. It's not just for the healing of certain kinds of things that you would have wrong with you. It's for full body experience. When we set it up, what Kryon said to me very early on, he said, this will be a very different experience for very many people. But the fact is, it's been extremely successful. And when I say successful, I mean the people are receiving what we are trying to give. It's changing lives. And yet, there are always those, like these questions, who are not actually feeling or getting or actually having the healing. So this is what I want to tell you. I hope this truly helps you, because the Healing Wednesday is not for a body part. It's not for a disease. It is a full body experience. I want to give you the ABC of this. We had a facilitator on our show, and I'm sorry I didn't remember the exactly one it was, but several now have said this, and it was profound. Let me tell you what was said. Healing of the body is a byproduct of the compassion and high consciousness thinking that you'll receive on a regular basis as you get used to the Healing of 12 experience. You have to start with love and compassion, and it seems like the rest simply comes along. There is something else, and I don't want to get into this deeply right now, but parts of your subconscious do not want you to be here. I've experienced this. It's an actual, when you start dropping into your heart and you start going here, part of your subconscious says, oh, this isn't going to work, And so you already have the seeds of doubt being planted. And they say, well, it's not logical that you're going to feel this. I think you know this. So you're going to have to get used to these kinds of feelings, and I'm going to go there in just a moment, because you're not battling necessarily the dark side. We're battling all of the things that we've learned from the time we grew up of why this shouldn't work. So that's also part of it. Now, how do you get through that? The answer, I'll give it yet again. Don't concentrate intellectually on what's wrong with you. You have something you've been working on. So you go to the Healing of 12 and you cross the bridge, and right away you're thinking, well, I'm hoping this is going to work now, and doing all of those things that you've done before. But you're concentrating intellectually on that. Instead, the idea of crossing the bridge is that you drop into your heart. You've got to drop the idea of why you're there specifically, or for the disease, or for the uncomfort that you're having, and instead the overview is more important than anything else. Concentrate on the love and the compassion. You deserve to be here. You're loved by the Creator. You start concentrating on that and let that be the first thing you do, and quite often the rest is the byproduct. I want to tell you a story. I told you this, I try to answer these completely. I want to tell you a story. Not only did I personally have this experience, and I've talked about this. I think I had a Facebook Live where I talked about this, where I had the healing from multiple surgeries of my eyes. And I just kept looking and saying, when is it going to work? When is it going to work? And when I finally surrendered to this concept of the violet flame with Saint Germain, it all straightened out. And that was a byproduct. I had a wonderful experience with a man named Gary Liljegren. Now, he is the Marshmallow Message Man. He's been my friend now for many, many years. He holds the record on how many times he's hosted Kryon, both in Georgia and Florida, over 21 times, I think. And we've done a blurb on him, but I don't expect you to know him, but I want to tell you the story. When I first met Gary in Florida, and this was the first time, Gary has a cane, he walks with it, and we went to, I think it was Denny's or something like that. It wasn't very extravagant. And we're sitting at the table, and we started talking, and he discussed his life with me, and we started going back and forth, and we talked about Kryon and the changes that were made, and he talked about the changes that he experienced, and I could tell we almost like choked up because we were talking, guy to guy about some very compassionate, loving life changes that he'd gone through at this point in his life. It was a great meeting. This is where I fell in love with Gary, and he's been my long-term friend. So we leave the restaurant, we're going to the parking lot, and we're still talking, and I look at Gary and I said, "Did you forget something?" And it dawned on him, he left his cane in the restaurant. I even forget whether he went back for it, but he had cleared completely and totally. The reason for the cane was gone. All we did was drop into the heart, talk about compassionate things, changes of life, and the healing came with it. This is what I'm talking about. And so more than just a place that you hurt or perhaps a disease, even a big one, these are the things that come also with the bigger package. So I'm encouraging all of you to understand that this is the thrust. It's not going for the individual healing of a certain thing, or you're giving affirmations for a thing. It's more of the bigger package. And it comes with love and compassion and understanding that you are part of a much, much larger picture. You deserve to be here. You're loved by the creative source. And all of that, when you start to put it together in the bigger, I would say, scheme of things, then starts to work with your cells. Then these things that you do, like talking to your cells and all, is part of many things that you are doing instead of the one thing you think you came for.
Such a beautiful, heartfelt answer, Lee. I want to encourage everyone who has been feeling discouraged or feeling that they haven't had that healing. Listen to what Lee said again and again, because your efforts are so valiant. They are seen by Spirit, by God. And keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You are doing a fantastic job. Just by even making the attempt, it is so recognized and so seen by Spirit. So please don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep on going. And be open to whatever experience that it's going to be. So with that in mind, let's move into a meditation and hear more from Kryon. Perhaps there's some wisdom that's going to be shared to help those who are feeling discouraged. So particularly now, if that is you and you are feeling a little discouraged, or you are feeling on the point of giving up, let's just suspend time right now. Suspend the thought of giving up on anything and just place your hands on your heart and close your eyes and take a deep breath. Allow your body to relax. Feel all the tension drain away. And I want to remind you that there is nothing to do. All you are being asked in this moment is to surrender yourself into the arms of Spirit. Feel yourself being wrapped in a bubble of benevolence, love, support, and allow yourself to accept and receive this loving support that is here for you. Allow yourself to feel connected with every other soul on the planet who has tuned in to this message. They too are supporting you and cheering you on. You can do it. You can do this. You can accept the love of God. You can do that. So just relax a little deeper. There's nothing to do. Simply sit and receive the message from Kryon and the unconditional love that is being poured forth on you now.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. We come yet again with a message that is broken into 4 parts, hearable by all. This will be part 1 of 4, and the subject is different for each part.